Hello, my friends. Welcome here. I'm truly glad you decided to join today because what I'm about to show you could completely transform the way you use English forever. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt stuck when you want to say something, but your mind first thinks in your own language, then struggles to translate each word into English? While you are busy translating, the chance to speak slips away. You feel nervous sometimes, even embarrassed, because the conversation has already moved forward without you. But imagine this. What if you could end that habit completely and start forming your thoughts directly in English naturally, the way native speakers do every single day? No more slow replies, no more broken confidence, no more heavy feeling like English is an impossible mountain standing in your way. Today I'll share with you clear, simple, and powerful strategies that will help you think in English starting right now. And here's something exciting. By the time you reach the end of this video, your brain will already know how to switch into English thinking mode. Once you begin, you'll never want to turn back again. Chapter 1. Why thinking in English changes everything. When people begin learning English, they usually pay attention to vocabulary lists and grammar rules. They try to memorize endless words or copy sentences from books. Of course, those things are useful, but here's the real truth. Knowing many words is not the same as actually thinking in English. You might recognize hundreds of words, yet still freeze when you try to speak. The reason is simple. If your brain is still thinking in your first language, there will always be a delay. You translate each idea word by word, and this makes conversations feel slow and stressful. Think about sitting in a cafe. A waiter asks, "Would you like something to drink?" If you think in your native language, the process is long. First you hear the English words, then translate them, then form your answer in your language, and finally translate that back into English. 4 steps. For one short question, it's no wonder it feels exhausting. But when you train yourself to think directly in English, the process becomes simple. You hear the words, you understand them immediately, and you reply right away. It feels quick, natural, and you start to feel more confident. Translation not only slows you down, it also leads to mistakes. Trying to match every word from your language to English often changes the meaning. A sentence that sounds correct in your language can feel strange or awkward in English. This is why many learners say something and then realize it doesn't sound right. Thinking in English allows you to use natural English patterns without extra effort. Your sentences flow smoothly and your message is clear. Let me give you some everyday examples. Imagine ordering food in a restaurant. The waiter asks, "Are you ready to order?" If you translate, you might pause for too long and the waiter might repeat the question. Or imagine talking with a friend. They share a funny story, and you want to respond with a quick joke. But while you're translating in your head, the timing is gone, and the moment is lost. Even in class, when a teacher asks you something quickly, translation slows you down. You hesitate, and by the time you're ready, the chance to speak has already passed. Now let me tell you a short story about one of my students, Maria from Brazil. Maria had a strong vocabulary and solid grammar knowledge, but whenever I asked her a question, she would pause for a long time before replying. One day, she admitted, "I understand everything you say, but I need to translate my answers in my head. That's why I'm slow." I guided her to think in English step by step. She began with single words, then short sentences. Instead of chasing perfect translations, she practiced quick thoughts. Within just 2 months, Maria was answering my questions without those long pauses. She said, "It feels like my brain is lighter now. I can speak without checking every word." That's the real power of thinking in English. Now I want you to picture yourself. Imagine you're having a conversation in English. You're smiling, speaking smoothly, and the words come naturally. You're not worried about grammar. You're not stuck translating, you're simply talking. And the other person is listening with interest. Can you see it? Can you feel the comfort and freedom? That's what happens when you stop translating and start thinking directly in English. This change doesn't happen overnight, but it can happen faster than you imagine. And once you feel this freedom, you will never want to return to slow, heavy translation again. From that moment, speaking will feel enjoyable because your thoughts and your words are finally in the same language. If you're ready to feel that freedom, the very first step is to start small. Chapter 2. Step 1. Begin small with words you already know. A lot of English learners believe they must begin their practice by speaking in long, perfect sentences. But the truth is, starting this way usually creates stress, slows progress, and makes the whole process feel heavy. The real first step is surprisingly simple. Begin with single English words that are already familiar to you. Remember, not every thought inside your mind comes in the form of a sentence. Most of the time, your brain is simply noticing things. Objects you see, actions you do, sounds you hear, or emotions you feel. Instead of forcing complete sentences too early, you can train your mind to recognize these everyday things in English one word at a time. This is easier, less frightening, and far more effective than trying to produce long sentences before you're ready. Think about your daily life. You eat, you walk, you read, you sleep. These are small but powerful words. When you're having breakfast, instead of saying in your own language, "I am eating," just think the word eat. When walking to the bus stop, tell yourself walk. When scrolling on your phone, think read. At night, before bed, simply think sleep. That's all you need in the beginning. By doing this, your brain begins to form a direct link between what you experience and the English word for it. There's no translation step. That's the foundation we need before building anything bigger. You can apply this almost anywhere. In the kitchen, see an apple, say apple. Hear music, say music. Feel joy, say happy. The more you practice like this, the faster your brain will pull English words automatically without searching. Let's turn it into a challenge. For 2 minutes, look around your space right now. Name everything you notice in English: a chair, chair, a window, window, a pen, pen, a bag, bag, a person nearby. Man or woman, don't stress about grammar. Don't try to make sentences. Just let the words appear. All right, try it with me. Ready? What do you see? Chair, window, light, shoes, phone, water, bag. Keep naming things. If a word doesn't come to you, skip it and move on. The goal is speed, not perfection. It might sound too easy, but this simple habit rewires your brain. You begin to notice the world through English. Bit by bit, more and more of your thoughts will automatically switch to English without effort. Here's another idea. Choose a short part of your daily routine and make it your English-only time. For instance, while brushing your teeth, think of each object: toothbrush, toothpaste, sink, mirror, mouth. Suddenly, something ordinary becomes a mini English workout. Or use a picture. Look at a photo of a park and identify everything: grass, sky tree, bench, flower, child ball. This exercise is perfect when you want to practice alone at home. At first, you may know only a handful of words. That's okay. The goal isn't to name everything, it's to create the habit of reaching for English first. Even if you replace only a few thoughts a day, that's progress worth celebrating. Think of each word as a seed. Every time you practice, you plant another seed in your mind. Over time, these seeds grow into sentences, then into full conversations. But before the tree grows, we must keep planting. The beauty of this step is that you don't need a classroom, a textbook, or even a teacher. You can do it anywhere on the bus, in your room at work, simply by choosing English words instead of your native language. When you can quickly name objects and actions around you without hesitation, it means your foundation is strong. That's the signal you are ready for the next level, joining words together into sentences. Chapter 3. Step 2. Connect words into short sentences. After you've trained your brain to notice single English words, it's time to move forward. This next step is where your English thinking truly comes alive. Think of it like building a bridge. On one side, you have single words, Apple Walk Happy Book. On the other side, you have full conversations in real life. The bridge between them is made of short, simple sentences. This stage is powerful because it changes English from being just separate words into actual communication. And here's something important. You don't need long, complex grammar structures. You don't even need to be perfect. All you need is the courage to link words together. Let's start very small. Take a noun, person, place, or thing and connect it with a verb and action. That's it. Dog runs, I eat. She smiles. These sentences are tiny, but they are real English. They carry meaning, they are easy to create, and they help your brain practice complete ideas instead of single pieces. When you do this regularly, you'll notice your thoughts moving faster. Why? Because you're no longer pausing to translate. Picture this. You're in a cafe. You see a man holding a cup of coffee. Instead of thinking in your own language, a man is drinking coffee, and then translating, you skip all that. You simply think man drinks coffee. Quick, direct, natural. Another example, you're at home, your phone rings on the table. Instantly, you think phone rings. Or you pass by a playground and see children laughing and moving. You think kids play. It's simple, but that simplicity is what makes it effective. No stress, no hesitation, just clear English thoughts. Let's practice together right now. Look around your room. Choose one object you see. Can you make a short sentence? If you see your computer, computer works. If your bag is on the floor, bag sits. If your cat is curled up next to you, cat sleeps. Notice how quickly these ideas appear when you don't translate step by step. That's the magic beginning to grow. Now let's make it personal. Think of the last thing you did before starting this video. Can you describe it in 3 simple English sentences? For example, if I just made a cup of tea, I would say, I boil water. I make tea. I drink tea. That's it. No long grammar rules, no translations, just direct thoughts. Here's your challenge moment. Pause for half a minute and say your sentences out loud. Don't just think silently. Speaking out loud allows your brain and mouth to work together. That's when confidence starts to rise. The more you repeat this, the more natural it becomes. You'll notice yourself forming sentences automatically in daily life. You see your friend waves. You open a book, I read. You step outside, I walk. The more you practice, the quicker and smoother your English thoughts will flow. Remember, you don't need to wait until you know more vocabulary or grammar to begin making sentences. You already have enough words right now. Every short sentence is like laying a brick on the road toward fluent natural communication. And here's the transition. Once single sentences feel comfortable and automatic, something exciting happens. You are ready to take those sentences and combine them into longer flowing thoughts. That's the next step we'll build together. Chapter 4, Step 3, Weave tiny stories in English. This is where your English thinking starts to stretch and feel real. You move beyond single words and quick phrases. Now you begin to join them into short little scenes, tiny stories your mind can run on its own. These are not long novels. They're short snapshots made of a few simple sentences that explain what's happening, where it happens, when it happens, and why it matters. Think of each mini story as a quick picture you paint inside your head. You can create these pictures anywhere while you're cooking, waiting for a bus, walking the dog, or lying in bed at night. The trick is a 4-step sketch. Ask what, where, when, why, and answer one step at a time in English. Start with the plain fact. What is happening? Then add the place. Where is it happening? Next, add time. When does it happen? Finally, give a reason or feeling. Why is it happening? That simple structure gives your thoughts a clear path to follow, so they stay in English instead of flipping back to your native language. Here's how it works in practice. Begin with a single idea. I wake up. That's your what. Add a place I wake up in my room. Add time. I wake up in my room at 7 o'clock. Add reason. I wake up in my room at 7 o'clock because I need to get ready for work. In 4 short steps, you've built a tiny real story, not translation, but direct English thought. Try another one. I open the window. Add detail. I open the window in the kitchen. Add time. I open the window in the morning. Add reason. I open the window in the morning because I want fresh air and sunlight. Now the scene is alive, and it only took a few short sentences. Many stories work so well because context sticks. When your brain links words to a picture or reason, it remembers them more strongly than isolated vocabulary. Instead of memorizing the word walk by itself, you remember, I walk to the shop near my house in the evening because I need bread. That string of connected ideas gives the words meaning and makes recall faster. You can practice with everyday life. See yourself making coffee. Try I boil water. I make coffee. I drink coffee on the balcony before work, watching people in the park. Children laugh. Children play football near the trees in the afternoon because the weather is warm. Waiting in line at the store, I wait. I check my phone. I feel patient. Small, honest, true moments in English. Now a short challenge. Picture this scene: a sunny beach. The sand is warm under your feet. The sea shines like glass. Children shout and dogs run. You hold an ice cream cone that drips a little. Use the what, where, when, why steps and make your mini story out loud. I eat ice cream. I eat ice cream at the beach. I eat ice cream at the beach in the afternoon. I eat ice cream at the beach in the afternoon because it's hot and I feel happy. Speak it. Say it out loud. Hearing your own voice in English helps your mouth and your mind sync up. As you repeat this habit, your stories can grow naturally. Start with 3 sentences, then add a 4th, then a 5th. Before long, you'll be telling 1-minute snapshots of your day without pausing to translate. That's real fluency starting to form flow, rhythm, and comfort. Here's a simple homework for today. Create 3 mini stories before you go to sleep. They can be about breakfast, a short walk, a memory from last weekend, or something you imagine. Use the what, where, when, why path each time. Keep them short, clear, and in English. No perfect grammar, needed just real thought in English. When you make mini stories a habit, you teach your brain to stay in English for longer stretches. The longer your mind lives in English, the more natural your speaking becomes. Once this step is comfortable, you'll be ready to hold longer ideas, tell fuller stories, and keep your thoughts in English without switching back to your native language. Chapter 5. Step 4. Surround your world with English. Your mind is always listening. It drinks in whatever surrounds it like a sponge soaking up water. If your days are filled with your native language, your brain will keep choosing that path by default. But if you let English fill the spaces of your everyday life, your brain has no choice. It begins to lean toward English automatically. This isn't magic or talent. It's just how the brain learns. It copies what it hears, sees, and feels most often. Think of a child learning their first language. They don't start with textbooks or grammar charts. They simply live inside the language. Parents talk around them. Friends laugh and shout. Music plays, cartoons run on, TV stories are told at bedtime. Day after day, the child's brain adapts until one day they open their mouth and words flow without effort. You can repeat this same process with English even as an adult. All you need is to surround yourself with enough English moments each day. And no, you don't have to move abroad to make this happen. You can build your own English world right where you live. It starts with small swaps. Wash dishes while a podcast in English runs in the background. Play an English playlist as you walk to school or the office. Swap 10 minutes of scrolling social media in your native language for 10 minutes of short English videos. Even switching your phone settings into English is a clever trick. Suddenly, words like settings, calendar, or notifications greet you daily, and they soon feel natural. Here's a simple nightly habit before you sleep. Replay your day in English inside your head. Keep it basic. I woke up. I brushed my teeth. I went to class. I cooked dinner. Don't chase perfect grammar chase practice. Every time you do this, you are training your inner voice to speak English first without detours. I call this the English bubble. Imagine a soft, invisible bubble around you. Inside the bubble, only English lives, no translation allowed. You can create this bubble for small parts of your day, maybe during breakfast, maybe the first 10 minutes after waking, maybe while commuting. While inside, you listen, read, and think only in English. Even if you don't understand every single word, your brain is learning the rhythm, melody, and feel of the language. Now let's turn theory into action. Right after this video ends, give yourself 5 minutes of English only. No native language thoughts. If you see a tree, think tree. If your stomach growls, think I'm hungry. If you hear rain, think it's raining. Your brain will try to slip back into your mother tongue. Stop it gently and redirect. This is training like a workout for your mind. The more you repeat it, the stronger and faster your English thinking becomes. Here's what eventually happens. One day you'll be walking lost in thought and suddenly notice, wait, I've been thinking in English for the past 10 minutes without even trying. That is the moment your habits shift, your bubble strengthens, and English stops being a subject you study. It becomes a living part of your everyday life. So remember, if you want English to feel natural, you have to live inside it. Not all day, not perfectly, but in steady little bursts. Build your bubble. Fill it with words, voices, songs, and simple thoughts. Let English become the background music of your life. And don't worry about catching every detail. Your brain is wise. It will connect the dots if you keep feeding it. With this step, you're no longer just learning English. You're surrounding yourself with it. And that's how you prepare for the final step, the one that makes this new habit stick for good. Chapter 6. Practice thinking in English every day to build a habit that strengthens your mind and your speech slowly but surely over time consistently. Thinking in English is not instant mastery. It's like training a muscle that needs short repeated sessions rather than one long push. Daily practice matters. You don't need long study blocks or complex plans to start. Small, consistent efforts create change in a few weeks if you begin today regularly. The real magic happens in tiny moments. Bus rides, waiting lines, cooking, or any small pause where your brain can practice English without pressure today. You don't need a textbook or a desk to train your mind. Life offers endless cheap opportunities to think in English every single day consistently. When walking, name simple things you notice. The pavement cracks. The bus arrives. The old man smiles. Short phrases build speed and reduce hesitation daily. Before sleep is another strong moment. Calm body, quiet mind. Review your day in English using short, clear sentences about key moments each night regularly. Say simple facts aloud. I woke, I ate, I walked. Speaking helps your mouth and mind practice the same language together and build confidence faster. Don't hunt for perfect grammar in early practice. Quick thinking beats slow translation. Flow matters more than tiny mistakes for now. Let your voice move. Imagine musicians keep playing even with small errors. You must allow yourself the same freedom while thinking and speaking in English every single day. Start tiny to win big. 5 minutes. Daily trains pathways in your brain so English becomes quicker and more automatic over time. Keep doing it. In a few months, you'll notice less stopping and more flow. Words will arrive naturally and speaking will feel lighter and easier than before truly. Picture yourself in a cafe talking easily with a friend who speaks English only. Laughter, quick replies, no inner translation, and joy emerges. That version of you is possible. It starts with small moments today. Choose one pocket of time and commit to English thinking every day now. Don't buy the excuse, I'm too busy. Everyone can find 5 minutes. Use mornings, coffee breaks, Bus rides, make them English moments and repeat daily. Consistency beats intensity. 10 minutes a day every day defeats a 3-hour session once a week. Small daily steps win long term. Trust the process. One simple exercise: narrate actions silently in English. I wash hands. I open door. I type an email. This forms automatic speech links in time. Speak aloud sometimes. Your voice trains pronunciation and confidence. Don't fear mistakes. They are proof you're trying and moving forward every single day without shame. If you feel stuck, shrink the task. Describe only one object or action until it flows. Small wins lead to bigger ones over steady time. Keep a tiny log, 3 quick English lines about your day. After weeks, read them and watch your progress and confidence grow in clear steps. Pair practice with joy. Choose topics you love, music, food, sports, and talk or think about them in English to keep motivation strong and habits will form. Invite a friend to join you. Practicing together adds fun and accountability. 2 people making small daily steps accelerate progress strongly and sustain momentum longer. Celebrate small wins. Each sentence you say without translating deserves praise. Those tiny wins build your courage and keep you moving forward day after day. Within months, habits change your brain wiring. English thinking becomes less effortful and more natural. You'll feel less fear when speaking and more joy arises. Now imagine 6 months from today, you think faster, reply naturally, and enjoy conversations. That future starts with your choice today, so begin this minute. So, here's the simple deal. Choose a daily 5-minute English habit. Do it without searching for perfection and repeat it every day, no excuses. If this lesson helped, please subscribe, and tell me which small habit you'll try. Share it with a friend learning English too. And start. Remember, the sooner you practice thinking in English, the sooner you'll speak with calm confidence. Keep going, keep smiling, and be patient.